Hello, you're welcome to this class. My name is Miss Adegoke, and right now we are considering the subject quantitative reasoning, and our topic is index notation. You can see it on the screen. Index notation. You'll be wondering, what's index? What's the meaning of index? What is notation? That's what we are studying today. We are going to be explaining that in the next slide. Yeah, what is index notation? Let me explain like this. When a number is expressed in its prime factors, you know prime factors, the numbers that you multiply to get a number in its prime factors, we can write the result in a short form. Look at this example that we have here. We have 32 and we want to express it in its prime factor. That is the smallest number that you cannot break. And you have to multiply to get this 32. What are the prime factors of 32? What do we multiply to get 32? That's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Let's calculate. 2 times 2, that's 4. 4 times 2, that's 8. 8 times 2, that's 16. 16 times 2. That's 32, and that's how we have 32. So we've broken it down. Instead of saying 16 times 2 is 32, and you know 16, you can still divide 16. So that one is not a prime factor. You must get the numbers that cannot be divisible again. So we have 2 in 5 places. That's giving us 32. So instead of writing 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, you can write it in a short form. That short form is what we call index notation. Instead of saying, oh, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 will give me 32, we can just say 2 raised to power 5 because we multiplied 2 5 times. So you can say 2 raised to power 5 is 32. That's what we call index notation. Now look at this. You can call it 2 to power 5 or 2 raised to power 5. This is the 2 raised to power 5 that we have here. That's 2. Then you have a little 5. You have 2 and then a little 5 on top. That's 2 raised to power 5. The 2 is the real number. Then you have power 5 above it in a little writing. Now we call it 2 to power 5 or 2 raised to power 5. Now the small 5 written at the top of 2 is called the index. This is the index. Or we call it the power. And then if there are many, or we have them, you know, they can be 2 or more, they are called indices. They are called what? Indices. If it is only one, like we have here, 2 raised to power 5, the 5 is an index, or we call it the power. 2 raised to power 5. The 5 is the power there. That is what we call index notation. That is, we are writing based on index. We are not writing 32 is 2 times 2 times 2 times. We are writing 32 is 2 raised to power 5. That's what it means. It means 32 is equal to 2 raised to power 5. This is the index notation we are talking about. Now, we have some examples here. Look at these examples carefully. A times A times A times A. They are the same. They are all the same. There's the same letter, A. What is the letter that we have here? That's A. How many times did we multiply that A? 4 times. That's A raised to power 4. That's what? A raised to power 4. I'm going to make it big so that you can see it again very well. A raised, okay, this doesn't look like A. Let me clean it. So let me write it again. A raised to power 4. See your A here. A raised to power 4. That's what it means. Look at the second example. We have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Look at this one now. We have 2, we have 3 in the numbers. What does it mean? It will not, there's no confusion. We pick the first number first. We have 2. You can see. How many times do we have 2 there? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's 3 times. So you write your 2. How many times? 3 times. Times. Then we have 3. How many times do we have 3 here? 2 times. So that's what we have. 2 raised to power 3 times 3 raised to power 2. Can you see that? There's nothing difficult about index notation. Check the letters, check the numbers, count how many times they are written. Then you get to your answer quickly. Look at this other one. What if somebody asks you a raised to power 2 times b raised to power 3? What is the answer? It's as simple as that. A 2 times. So I write a times a. Then b raised to power 3. That's b 3 times. And that is times b times b times b. This b is supposed to be here. B times b times b. That's a raised to power 2 times b raised to power 3. Look at this second example. 2 raised to power 3 times 3 raised to power 2. The 2 is raised to power 3. That is, we multiply 2 3 times. That's 2 times 2. 2 times 2 times 2. And then the 3 is raised to power 2. That's 3 2 times. Times 3 times 3. This 3 is supposed to be here. Times 3 times 3. It's as simple as that. Sometimes they may even give you numbers and letters together. Let me show you. Look at this, your classwork. This number 6 here. They ask you 5 raised to power 3 times w raised to power 3. All you have to do, write the number. What is the power of 5? Yes, write 5 according to that number. Then multiply it again. Put your times and put your w. How many times is w? You write it down there too. That's what you have to do. So these are the classwork you are going to try. Look at the first one. A times A times A is what? You write your answer out. The second one, this is the first assessment. This is the second one. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, you write that. That's 2 raised to power what? Okay. Look at the third one. D times D times D times D times D. That's D raised to power what? You put your answer there. Look at number 4. B raised to power 5. So you write the calculation in front. Number 5. X to power 3 times y to power 2. You write your answer there. And number 6. 5 raised to power 3 times w raised to power 3. You write your answer there. Now, to conclude, let me tell you once again that index notation means the short form of writing the prime factors of a number. Like we said earlier, 32 is what? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's 5 times. Instead of writing 2 times, just write it there. Is 2 how many times? 5 times. 2 raised to power 5. That is the index that we are talking about. Then the small number at the top is called the index or power, while the plural of index is called indices. Take note of that. Okay, thank you. Before I tell you to have a lovely day, let me remind you once again that you are to answer this evaluation. You send your answers to my email. It's on the front slide. That's adidayo.adigoke@greenlandhall.org. You know how you've been submitting your assignment before. You do the same, and then make sure that it is well written. Okay, have a lovely day. Help mommy and daddy. Bye.